Hello, I'm Jeff Nimoy, and it's October, so I thought I would read as read by Jeff Nimoy. So I figured I would be lazy and repeat and repeat the same blog I did last October. Only I'll just read it because I'm a voice actor. Ha ha ha! You see, it comes in handy being both a versatile professional and a lazy bastard. You can combine the two loves of your life, doing nothing and reliving your successes from 20 years ago. No, I'm kidding. Let's get to the point. I am going to read. No, I'm actually not going to read. I'm just going to read the titles, and the rest will just be a conversation between you and me. Shh, don't tell anyone. Ready? Digimon, the movie, the blog, part 1. The super shocking news! See, if you just read it, you don't get all these funny voices that I do. Or these added little snide comments. Back to the blog. So it's October. It's the 20th anniversary of Digimon the movie, October 6th to be exact. And last year I thought I'd jot down some thoughts about this just incredible dream come true. This experience that I had. The opportunity to voice direct and write a screenplay for a movie, a real movie, a movie in movie theaters with popcorn and, everything. I mean, I could write a book about this making of this movie. Trust me. Maybe one day I even will, if there's some interest. But for now, I'll just write a blog. Oh, actually, read a blog. So my memory's sketchy because I had some brain surgery, which I use as an excuse every time I can't remember anything because I'm really just old. But to the best of my memory, it was spring of 1999. Bob Buchholz and I finished writing and voice directing the end. We wrapped up Digimon's first season, and we were talking to Fox Kids, or Fox Family at that point, about season 2. We were just negotiating new contract. They wanted us back. We wanted to be there. It was a huge show. But part of the negotiations, which were quite tough, and suddenly they just sort of opened up a little bit, because part of the negotiations were they wanted to sweeten the pot and give us 3 movies, theatrically released movies. And we were like, wow! It was like those cartoons when the jaw just drops to the floor. Boing. It was one of those. And we couldn't believe it. And then another phone call came in, and it was like, oh no, I got that wrong. It was 3 movies that they want you to make into 1 movie. And it will just be called Digimon the movie. And we're like, okay. That's not 3 movies, but still, it's a movie. Make 3 movies into 1 movie. Okay. Seems hard, but okay. I mean, it's a real movie, right? I mean, it's going to be in movie theaters with the popcorn and everything, right? Okay. Thousands of screens worldwide. Okay. I'm in. This is the greatest moment of my life. Fantastic. Digimon, the movie, the blog, part 2, Aftershocks, a Quinn Martin production. So we went to work on a schedule because that was going to be the biggest part. That was going to be an issue, the workflow, because we're going to simultaneously make Digimon Season 2 and Digimon the movie at the same time. Simultaneously at the same time. Hi, Department of Redundancy Department. Okay, so to do this, we had to bring in more writers for the series while Bob and I wrote the movie. And here we go. We're all, 100% concentrating on the movie now. And we're in the office and we turn on the first movie and it was great. We were taking notes too because we had to watch all these 3 parts and make 1 coherent movie out of them. So I watched the first part. Digimon Adventure. I loved it. It was so sweet, and for little kids, I just thought it was a sort of a good in the beginning thing. And it was lovely as well. It was much more, childlike animation. It was more round. The characters were rounder. And it was adorable. So then we watched the next one, Digimon Adventure, our war game. This was fantastic. We loved this one. We were the most excited about this part. And we thought we'd use most of our footage from this. And the animation was slicker than the series. So you went from that childlike nostalgia animation, which was different than the series, into this slicker animation to show 8 years later, I think it was, or 4 years later. I can't remember. Brain surgery. I'm old. So we saw a ton of potential for comedy and storylines during that really middle part, Digimon Adventure, our war game. And the ending was great. Big moment, big moment, joke, blackout, fun day at the movies for everyone. The good guys win, Cue the music. Then we watched the third movie, Digimon Adventure '02, Digimon Hurricane Landing, 2 exclamation points, backslash, Transcendent Evolution, 2 exclamation points. I'm not done. The Golden Digimentals. Catchy title. It was, how do you say in French? Slow as a mire? It was slow. We weren't thrilled. The thought of squeezing this footage into the other 2 was a puzzle to be solved for sure because of their age. I mean, they age in the movie. TK is a character in the middle part, and he ages like 8 years during the course of the movie. Huh? What? I was very concerned it couldn't be done. And even if we could do it, should we do it? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. All right. So I call an emergency meeting to express my concerns. The voice director of Digimon has called a meeting. So Chaim Saban, my buddy, himself, he said he'd watch the movies that night and let's all meet in the office the next morning. So we get there. In the meeting was Terry Lee O'Malley, a producer, Eric Rollman, president of production, and like a lawyer or two. I won't bother you with their names. It won't mean anything to you. And an assistant or two. So Chaim sits down with his coffee and good morning, everyone. Good morning. Everybody loved everybody for the most part in that room. No one fights in front of Chaim. You fight outside of the room, and then when you get to Chaim, everything's fun. So Chaim sits down with his coffee, and he says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Well, it took me a week to watch that third movie last night. And we all just cracked up. And he asked me, what my concerns. And so I gave my spiel. I said, let's just use these first 2 parts. It's like the Wizard of Oz, you get the first part is in Kansas, and even though it's not black and white, the animation is almost translucent. And then you get to the part afterwards where now they're in it, you see their first touch of a digi-egg and now how on top of the digital world they are in the next part of the movie. And it ends with the big bomb in the harbor, splash, everything wins, joke. Okay, that's my pitch. Also, I wanted to have Ty narrate to Ty, get it, the first 2 stories together. And then part 3, just use it somewhere else. Make a separate straight-to-video release or add it to the bonus features for the DVD or a special TV show, which would also go to video release at some point. But, you have it. You can make use of it. Terry O'Malley, the producer, she wanted to use the second and third parts and leave the first part out as a TV special or DVD extra. Then Chaim looks at Bob, who hasn't said a word at this point, and he says, and you, his silent partner, you agreed with your loud partner? Meaning me. Not that I'm loud, but I've got the soft, soothing sounds of Jeff Nimoy. But I'm always talking, so it becomes like a sound after a while. So Bob laughed, and and he said he agreed with me, but, we both felt this way. We'll make any version you want. That's ultimately it. I mean, if you're just giving the decision to us, you know what we do with it. So Terry's big concern was that the first part, animation, didn't match the last two parts. So I argued that, it worked for The Wizard of Oz and it could work for us. So then Terry brought up that maybe toy animation, she just brought it up as like a maybe, I don't know. Are you sure, toy animation will be okay with this if we don't use all three parts? So I am quickly asked, ominously, like Chaim can, Chaim is a powerful man, and you see all his power when he's asking for a quick answer, and he goes, "You're not talking to my contacts in Japan, are you?" And Terry goes, "No." But before she can even finish, Chaim barks at me, "Are you talking to my Japanese contacts?" I quickly answer, "No," like I'm on the questioning for murder. "Where were you on the night of the 15th? And then Chaim turns to Bob and again, he's like, "Are you talking to my contacts in Japan?" And Bob threw his hands up and he goes, "I don't even eat sushi." And everybody cracked up. It was a real... Chaim just did not want anyone to screw with, his deals, his business, rightly so. Not anyone from one particular TV show. Anyway, Chaim's dealing with a lot more than one TV show. So, the head of legal, which it always comes down to, and Eric Rollman, head of production, both had concerns that we were indeed obligated to use all three parts in Digimon the movie, which is probably where Terry heard it. And there were a lot of moving parts between, Saban, Fox Family, 20th Century Fox, the distributor, Toy Animation, the original owner and licensor of this footage, and toy maker Bandai, that had a lot, riding on the merchandising of the movie. So the decision was we could cut down part 3 considerably, but we had to use a decent portion of it. Coming soon! Digimon, the movie, the blog, part 4, the puzzle pieces.
What about NFL films?
That was 20 years ago, okay? Everyone I know there is gone. Or dead.
You just go back to anime. You're a superstar in that world. Actor, writer, director. Jeff Nimoy.
It's complicated.
I'm with GeekCon. We were wondering if you'd like to be a VIP guest again.
I don't really do anime conventions anymore.
How does $3,000 sound?
Wolfwood is definitely my favorite character of all time. When he died, I cried like a little baby.
I cried too when he died. I was out of a job.
Is this pretty much the way you remember it?
Smells the same.
Jeff Nimoy!
I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, you're right. Oh, she's being serious.
How can you stay depressed around me?
I guess I can't.
I can't believe you won an Emmy in 1996. I wasn't even born yet.
What? If I dressed like a priest and carried around a giant cross, it would kill my dead Jewish grandmother. At this convention, I'm famous and sexy. Back in LA, I'm George Costanza.
I think I might be falling in love with him.
DG Armor Energize!
You're my favorite.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as a short order cook.
That's right, put down the short ribs. What are you doing? That's not barbecue sauce, it's blood.
Here's to Adventures in Anime.
Yeah.